Suppository on a cow, can you imagine? Oh my God, Jesus Christ, this is ending it for me. Hello cowboys and cowgirls, welcome back to another video. We have a busy week this week. We've got some hedges that need to get cut because it's the last week we can get them cut. Daddy's trying to get some muck out before calving. And we've got some cows to do a bit of a cow MOT on. But first, my head is getting a little bit cold. So let me just put you down and put my hat on. Just, Oh my God, what is that? Ooh, I can see it now. People are gonna be like, is that a Baldys Farm hat you've got on, James? Why, yes it is. Are those Baldys Farm hats available for purchase, James? Wow, yes they are. Got a website and everything. You can head over to baldysfarm.com and get these bad boys. Hopefully it'll be actually live by the time that this video comes out, because or else I'm gonna look a little bit stupid. But you can go over to there. There's a whole like web page about the farm. They've got the shop on there where you can get Baldys Farm merch. There's the bobble hat, like this one, and then we've got a beanie, which is like very much the same but without the bubble. My God, are they warm though. This one, look, this one's got like a fleece line. It's like having a teddy bear sit on my big bald head. And then there's the beanie, which doesn't have the fleece lining, but it is windproof and it's super warm, so it's really, really nice. So both of them in the blue with the logo, they look really good. If you're interested, head over there and buy one, baldysfarm.com. There will be other stuff coming on like as we go, but just starting off with the hats for now. The website's cool too. We got like a blog's gonna go on there where I'm gonna talk about some technical stuff, things like grass growth. We're gonna talk about like cow diseases, stuff I can get a bit more into it, like get my teeth into it a little bit. So that's gonna be on there. When the podcast comes out, that's gonna have its own little bit on there. So it's really, really cool. You can head over, get some merch. It helps me out, helps the channel out, helps me improve things. You can look super cool with a big bowl hat like this, and you can sleep well at night because a cut from every single thing that I sell is going to go to charity. So not only are you going to be warm, look good like this, you are going to be able to sleep well at night because you are a good human being. So go check it out, baldysfarm.com. Anyway, first job of the day, we're going to go and give the heifers, the in-calf heifers, and the new cows a pre-calving spa session. So they need bolusing, they need the tails trimming, they need their ears trimming, everything, just the works. Then they'll be all ready for calving, and there will be not a lot for us to do. Just sit and wait for it all to begin. What we need to do, we've got scissors because we need to trim tails and trim all the ears. But the other thing, the boluses we're going to use, Agrimin, all trace, high iodine boluses. We've used these for years and they're really good. You can use powder minerals if you want, but around here, because TB is quite rife, there's a lot of badgers. I don't like using lick buckets because you're just asking for trouble if you're using lick buckets in a high TB area. The powder minerals work out really expensive to me, and we don't do TMR rations, don't get me on feeder wagons, because I just think they're a waste of time and money. So we don't use powder minerals. We use a few in the fattening mix because we use it within the mixer bucket, but then we use boluses for the cows because it's just easy. You chuck them in, 6 months, job done. They look after themselves, and these high iodine ones, they help the calves just like get up and go, bit of vigor in the calves. It helps the cow recover a little bit better. So we like these are good. Look like this too, they're like a big old pill. Someone asked me the other day, like, can you do a suppository on a cow? Can you imagine? But yeah, they shove these down their neck and then they waited and they sit in the rumen and slow release, but you have to chuck 2 of these in. That's the one thing. I mean, chuck them in with this gun, which looks absolutely lethal, but it's necessary. Look at the size of this bad boy. Decided we're gonna weigh these as well while we're at it, because there's some big girls in here. We weighed all the others as we done them. I think they're averaging a bit less, just under 600 kilos. These are going to be a bit bigger, I think. Having a bit of trouble getting them down the race though. They've never done this before, so it's all a bit new to them. Here we go. To be fair, she only weighs 585, and she's a big unit. Thank you, Eileen. Good girl. This is the one that's having twins. Sam and his family had this thing where they named some of the cows. So the one that sits like a dog has lost its ear tag, so we're gonna have to try and find out what that one's actual name is because it's not on there anymore. This is the one that's having twins. This one's called Francis, so we need to remember that. Francis is having twins. I know this would be a lot easier if we had one of them head scoops, but we can't have it because obviously that side's against the wall and then this side it sticks out in the gangway and we'll just catch it. The main thing is just be calm with them because you can cause a lot of damage with this. Just take it easy. Don't try and force it. Just a gentle squeeze. Put it over the tongue. Don't try and force it in. There we go. Easy. You hear loads of farmers say they don't like bolusing because they're just like, they've had problems, they've got them caught in the throat or they've had injuries, whatever. A head scoop would make it a lot easier, but just be calm with them. Take it easy. Can't imagine any of us would like it if we were having a massive pill shoved down our neck and we didn't know anything about it. These girls can't be any different. And you can't explain it to them, can you? But you're doing well. This one's called Una. And this one's called Fenton. Like that dog that was running around in Richmond Park. Do you remember that? Like, Fenton! There you are. I'll be screaming that around the field soon. Easy, girl, easy. There we go. Beautiful, thank you. That's all these guys done now. I'm just waiting for this one to move because it's just like eating some remnants of some silage. We have got the in-calf heifers to do, which are up the top with the bulling heifers, but I've just had to finish these on my own. If you're wondering where Dad's gone, as I mentioned, it's first time through the race for these guys, which is always a bit weird. Like, they're on a new farm, new race, new system, whatever. One of them backed out, I think, and hit the gate, because we've got a forcing gate, and the gate's come back round and it's hit Dad across the forehead and on the knee. Made a right mess of his forehead, so he's gone off to get cleaned up, and I've just been getting these done on my own now at the end. But I don't think he did it on purpose. I think it was just one of those things, like I said, new system, new place. But yeah, it's made a mess of him. So I'll get these round back when this one decides it's going to stop eating, and then we'll see whether we're going to do the others or not. Right, that's these beauties all done. Bulling heifers are all trimmed up, ready to go out. Actually really want to get them out grazing ASAP, to be honest. It's rude. If it was a bit drier, they'd be out, but they're not mega heavy, so we could probably soon get them out, to be honest. There's a few fields that probably carry them as long as we keep moving them fast enough. In-calf heifers are looking good too, which is nice. Nice to have them all bolused and ready. That's all the cows serviced, MOT'd, ready for calving. Next week, however, we are TB testing and we are Yoni's testing as well. So we've got a busy week next week. But once that's done, hopefully then plain sailing, we can just calve, turn out, just get rid of them as fast as we can. Right, let's go and do a bit of edge cutting, see if we can get some of this done. We're running out of time very quickly. Whew. I've kind of had to come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to get all these hedges cut. I can actually hear someone over the other side of the wood there hacking away at hedges as well, so they're probably having the same realisation that I am, because it is just so incredibly wet that we just can't get around them. Some of the ground is just, I'm not even going to try because it's just not worth making the mess. This where we're at right now is up the village and it's actually quite sandy, so although it burns up real bad in the summer, it is fine for travelling on now. It's actually travelling quite nicely. And there's a few molehills in here because we're thinking about making this into hay, because it's not the best grass. As you can see, it's just a bit like whatever. We've been rotational grazing it, but we're going to make it into some hay and then feed it to some cows. It's actually reminded me of something my granddad used to say. It's probably the best thing he ever said. Actually, no, that's not true. The best thing he ever said once was when we were combining and I was baling and we had the old CB radios. Does anyone still use those things? And I CB'd over to Grandad to ask him something, and there was this awkwardly long silence, followed by him messaging back saying, "Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you. The sun was in my eyes." That was the best thing he ever said. Second best thing he ever said was, that the good Lord got one thing wrong, and that was that he made rain come from the sky and it should have come up from the ground, which I kind of agree with at the minute, because if it had come up from the ground, we'd probably still be hedge cutting and we'd have got all these hedges cut. But I haven't got out to Thornton. I've still got a few roadsides to do, but I can do that after the window. I've just got a lot of bits and pieces that are second year growth, whatever, we ain't gonna get done, but that's just life, isn't it? I think it's the first time since I started cutting the hedges when I was 13, so what am I now? I'm 32, so in 19 years, it's the first time I haven't got them all done. That just proves it's been a very wet year. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, this is ending it for me. This is it, this is the end of hedge cutting. Look at that. There is nothing more annoying than when people leave stuff in the hedge. We've got the scout wood here next to us. They often have this field that we're in now as like parking when they have a big jamboree or whatever, and they've chucked this fencing in the hedge. Oh, I could lose it. This is the last field up here. Oh my God, that's gonna do it. That's gonna bugger me because I'm not gonna get back now. Ugh, hedge cutting, 2023-24. I think it's done. I think we're done, guys. Over and out. What do you think, B? You had enough? We've all had enough. We've all had enough this year. Right, I've put the tractor away. I'll deal with that in the morning. I've just had enough for today. That's just been the straw that's broke the camel's back. But, however, I have just been told we've got something very exciting just happened. I will probably leave that till next week. You guys can wait and find that out. Right, before I sign off, make sure you go to baldysfarm.com to order any merch. Just to have, even just have a look at the website, it'd be nice. Just, you know, go and have a look. I'm really hoping that it's live. I need to pull my finger out and get that sorted. Anyway, wish us luck for TB testing next week, because we're doing it Tuesday, Friday, so we won't actually know what the results are next week's video, but we will have done the test. So fingers crossed, and Yoni's testing. I'm really just hoping things are okay. The last thing we need now is like another disaster, but it'll be what it'll be. So, you know, there's not a lot we can do. Look after yourselves, have a great weekend, and I'll see you in a bit. Ta-da!